Well, hello. It has been a minute since I've made one of these videos. I do mean a minute. I don't even know when my last one was. Oh well, I have been around. Just been lurking in some bushes and some chats I go into. However, I hope everybody's doing okay. I don't even know if anybody will see this video, but if you do, hey guys, long time. Oh my goodness, guys. What in the Sam Hill has been going on these YouTube streets, huh? This place has went crazy 2 or 3 times. And woo, there's no words for the things I've seen. Well, we've all seen, I'm sure. You got Laura. You got Brittany J. You got Queen Bee. Clue. J for Justice. Now Lauren Mathis. I have no freaking words for everything that has went on around here. Well, that's a lie. I do have words, and that's really why I'm making this video. Lots of words that just aren't really nice for the most part, and that's sad. First off, there is a black screen. I've got a little one today running in and out. She's outside playing, but I'm just going to leave the screen black because I don't want her to run in and be on the camera. If she comes through, she's running in and out playing, but I just, better safe than sorry. I don't want her on camera, so I'm just going to have a black screen. I do apologize, or I would be on camera if she wasn't here. So if I do decide to make another video, hopefully I'll have my camera on, because I don't want to sit behind a black screen and make people do that. I do apologize. Wow. Where do I even start? I'll be honest. Like I said, I don't even know if anybody will see this. If you do, if you don't want to watch it, you don't have to. I am going to be kind of ranting, and speaking my mind on a lot of these issues that's going on around here. I'm going to probably come across as very rude in some points of it. And I would say I'm sorry, but I'm not. I think a lot of us that sit in these chats, watch these content creators, it's almost like we think we know them because we've watched them for so long and we've been in a community for so long, but we really don't know these people, just like they don't know us. They don't know their subscribers, really. It's different if we've met people in person, say off of YouTube or online, met somebody that you've online and you've actually met up. That's a little different. Then you get to know people, but we honestly can't sit here and say that we know these people that are behind these screens. We can say that we know a lot about them, or what they are portraying anyway, and the things that we see. I could tell you right now that, I'm a lawyer and I'm living in this mansion on top of a hill overlooking my lake, on my 500-acre property right now. I'm not. I live in a subdivision. I've got houses all freaking around me, which I hate. Now, I used to live in the country where I didn't have neighbors right on top of my rear end, but I'm in a subdivision and I've got neighbors all around me. It's good in a way, but in case there's an emergency or something's going on, at least there's always somebody watching around here. Of course, cameras, but still, I like a little out. I miss my country life, to be honest. But I'm no lawyer, I could tell you that I'm one. Would you believe me? You just don't know unless you're digging into people's lives, when you know their names and all that good jazz that's going on around here, that's been going on for so long. I've been on here for years. Sorry, my mouth was dry. But I've been on here for years. And back in the day, when I first came on YouTube, and it was back in the original drama community days, That was my original community before everybody kind of intertwined with like true crime. I was originally from back when Miss Effin Wonderful, if anybody remembers her, and Yaba and that crew. Truthfully, Trisha, Amy Slayton, all of them at the very beginning of the drama community per se. That's where I came from. Well, then somehow we all got intertwined with the true crime community. And everybody said, well, a handful said, this is going to be a problem. I was one of those people. I said, this isn't going to end good. And guess what? It hasn't ended well. And it's getting worse. It has been a total crap show. And I'm just, honestly, I sit back and I just watch. And, watching sometimes and taking everything in and not being involved in the center of it, you can really get a little bit of a clearer picture, I guess, when you're not mixed in it all. You can look at all sides and not be as biased, I guess, when you're not in the mix of it, of the mess. Let me start with Laura, Life Perplexed. I've always been the type of person that has fought for people that everybody didn't like. There's a few of us out there, and I've noticed that more lately, that fight for the underdog, and that's not a bad thing. I'll never consider that to be a bad thing, that I fight for those who I feel are a little almost mistreated in a way, or just they're misguided. I don't know the best way to put it. I was kind of like that with Laura for a long time. I was never close with Laura, not friends with Laura or anything like that. Of course, I was a subscriber of hers for years. We all ran the same chats and everything. But there was a part of me that felt sorry for her. Do I now? Hell no. I'll never say that Laura is a bad parent. That's one thing I won't say, because I don't know. Because I don't know her. All I know is what I see online. Do I have my opinions on her behaviors and her actions? Yes. Will I put down her candle company? Absolutely not. A lot of people do, and trying to ruin that for her. While I sit here and I can tell you that she's an asshole, I can also tell you I have purchased candles from her, but it was several years ago when she hadn't been started that long, actually. And I had no issues with her candles, to be honest. I'm not going to lie. I think I even done a review on them. The candle was good. The melts were good. I can't say that it wasn't. What I received anyway. So I'll never say that the product I ordered was bad from her business, because it wasn't. The same way with one of the other creators that I ordered candles from. Hers was good also. But just a little quick thing with Laura. We had a lady that was in the drama community and the Chris Watts community, and she goes way back. Tiffany Marie. A lot of people don't like her. Understood. She struck my channel, and I don't even have that many subscribers for a video I posted of her words. She sent me a privacy complaint, I think it was, several years ago. And I don't even have 500 people, I don't think. But, no biggie. Whatever. But some people know that Tiffany's got some very serious issues going on right now with her son. It's not my place to sit and talk about it. But I will say this. What I heard Laura saying about it being her karma, and then she typed it, I do believe, that it was her karma for what she's going through with her son, all because of what Tiffany said about Laura. Tiffany didn't believe that Laura had cancer. Okay, that I don't agree with that. I would never tell somebody they was lying about something like that. Tiffany did, however. Okay, that was wrong in my opinion. It was wrong for Tiffany to say. However, for Laura to say or type, let me get it right, that it is Tiffany's karma that her son is sick, makes me want to just vomit. I could not imagine, as a parent, ever, no matter if I liked the person or whatever that person had done to me, I don't care. When it comes to a child, you don't ever tell somebody it's their karma that their child gets sick over something they said to you. That, to me, I will never defend Laura again. I will never think that there is an ounce of decency in her, because I don't believe there is. There's just some people that are bad. And I believe that Laura, like perplexed, is one of those people. She has said a lot of things and done a lot of things to people, including calling CPS on Makeup Mobster. We all know that. That, you think that's bad enough, but to tell a mother, her child being sick, a child that may not make it, that boy is fighting for his life every single day. And then I heard you say myself, well, by the way the GoFundMe sounded, it was a cancer that was just okay. He was going to be okay and fine, get on with it. He would get on with his life. That's not how her GoFundMe sounded if you read the whole thing, because I'd read it. And it did not sound like he was just going to get rid of it and just go bebopping down the road, Laura. If you read the whole thing. If you as a mother read the whole thing and had any ounce of empathy, in which you don't, because we all know you was fired because you told us, from a job for no empathy. So you was let go from a job for having no empathy years ago. So we know you don't have it. But as a parent, to sound so cruel, I don't even know what the proper word for you would be. And your supporters are blind. And you want to sit over there, and we'll just follow right into this, and run your mouth about Brittany J. Well, I could say plenty about her too. I don't hate Brittany, but I'm not team Brittany either, because I see all the wrongdoings that Brittany's done that she's not fessing up to, because I've sat and watched, and I listen, and I pay attention. What Brittany J needs to do, she needs to duck tie her man's mouth shut if she ever wants to have any success on here. Because Brittany, if you ever hear this or someone tells you about it, honey, I'm not being mean to you at all, because I've tried to say it to you in chats. But with him in the background, like he always is, you're going to get nowhere. I promise you that. He is going to ruin your social media career, if that's what you're after, is a career in social media, because you obviously don't work outside the home. And that's fine. Nowadays, a lot of people don't. But if this is what you want, then you're going to have to do something with him, because it's not going to work, dear. It's just not. And you, I don't even know. It's like a big old whirlwind with you. We all know the whole situation with Illuminati, Brittany, all that mess. I don't agree with none of it. I think that Illuminati has went too far, extremely too far. She has harassed the living hell out of Brittany. We know that. Well, and there's people that back her for it, and then there's people that don't. You know, it used to be back in the day, you could throw some tomatoes, and that was, tell each other off in a chat or on panels, get on panels and argue with each other. And that would be that, No. Thank you. But nowadays, everybody's crazy. Going into real lives, calling CPS, calling people's police stations, driving by people's houses, showing those videos of driving by on live streams. Queen Bee, what the hell is wrong with you people? Think of it this way. If Brittany J was doing that stuff, I'm not saying that Brittany hasn't done things. What I'm saying is, if Brittany was doing the things you all have done to her, like driving by her house or showing videos of somebody driving by, digging clear into the lives of her family and everybody and blasting it online, you can't tell me that you wouldn't be probably doing the same thing she did by trying to get protection. Because honestly, who wouldn't? Just like I said in the beginning, we don't know these people online. We don't know each other like that. We don't know what anybody's capable of. We don't know what one of your all's listeners, because I'm not really a creator. I just get on here and rant every once a year or something. Who knows? I might start making videos. I don't know. I do have a lot to say nowadays. But I work every day, so I don't know if I have time. But, I mean, you can't, just like Queen Bee, her and Center, the whole situation there, She's saying that, he's after her kids and everything else. Well, I'm sorry, I don't see it like that. I see it, I've sat and watched. I don't see it that he's stalking and harassing her kids. I just don't. And I'm a mother, and I don't see that. But yet, all of you all are against Lauren Mathis, whatever, saying that, she's a fake and lied and all this, but Queen Bee's trying to get a lifetime restraining order on Center for stalking her, but he's never seen her, right? He's never confronted her children. I'm not saying that I agree with the things that he gets online and says either, but I mean, it's like, put the shoe on the other foot, guys. And you don't, because you don't like the people. But if it was done to you, it would be different. And your subscribers would think it was different. I don't get people, especially most of the people in these chat rooms, the ages we are, most of us are parents. We've got grandparents, in these chats. And to sit back and watch, and like I said, not be in the mix of it, but to really watch and consider all sides of this whole mess. And I know I'm all over the place with all these names. You got Laura, BJ, Brittany, Illuminati, everybody. But it's all mixed together, to be honest, anymore. But if everybody wasn't so involved and mixed up with the I hate so-and-so train and wanting to jump on those hate trains so fast, and these parents, these mothers, grandmothers, or fathers, grandfathers, whoever we got around, really sat and thought about it, who's right and who's wrong in most of this stuff? Because what I've witnessed, sorry, I got to go to the garage and smoke, is people are blaming the wrong people for a lot. But if it was turned around, boy, oh boy. I listened to Jay for Justice yesterday, I think it was, for a little bit at work. I had my earbuds in. There's some people I can't listen to because they say the most inappropriate things, and I bust out laughing, and everybody's popping in my office thinking I'm crazy for laughing out loud, wondering what I'm laughing at. But, I mean, I listened to her, and she was reviewing the Lauren stuff, which, go Jay, do your thing, I'm sure it'll be back to Brittany soon. But she got on I don't even know, I didn't stay long, so I can't quote word for word or whatever, correct. Somebody can correct me if they've heard this, but heard it. She was going over that stuff and said something about a book Lauren had written. About her previous marriage, I believe it was her previous marriage, and about abuse. And she made a comment that made me sick and said, who cares? And we don't care. Or we don't care about her abuse. What is wrong with you? I have witnessed you over the last year become so gross, or maybe you was this gross all along. But I used to really love watching Jay with true crime and stuff, but that definitely has went out the window because I've seen a side of her that absolutely, I'll be honest, it shocked me. She has said some nasty things. And I'm just like, wow, you're a parent. You're a grandparent, I believe. And to act the way you do over certain issues, it's sick. It's just sick. I don't get it. I don't get it. Maybe I don't know. I sit back sometimes and I think, who raised these people? And I'm just being honest. I'm not saying that I'm some goody two-shoes and that I've never done any wrong, because I have. We all have. None of us are perfect. But I also have morals. And I was raised, I had good parents. I can be a total ass, and I can cuss like a sailor if I want to. But I don't. I just don't. I don't know. To me, it's not classy. It's not attractive. And I don't want to be looked at as not, I want to be looked at as having a little bit of class about myself, which brings me to Cluminati. That girl, that's one I liked also, kinda. I'm not gonna say I was a big fan, but I laughed at her. I thought her and Cletus was funny at first. But then it took probably about 2 weeks of her being around this community, and I was just like, no, bad news. Something in my gut, bad news. And bad news. We all see it. But she's got those ones over there that support it, and I don't get it, because she has been the nastiest, and it's sad that we have people that support it. Because if it was all turned around, and I don't want to hear the stuff about Brittany deserves it, because Brittany may have deserved a little bit, but Brittany doesn't deserve everything she's got. I'm sorry, she doesn't. And I'm not, that's not me being a fan of Brittany, because I don't agree with Brittany's actions either. But she's gotten way more than she's given out. I'm sorry. She just has. And if you can't see that, then I don't understand. This is a sad world we're living in. I can't say that if I was in Brittany's shoes and everything that was happening to her, I would have honestly, myself, I'm not going to lie, I would have probably made a road trip and knocked on somebody's door. I'm just going to be honest, because I'm just that way. You mess with me or my family, I'm going to knock on your door. Hey, what is it? We're either going to talk this out like normal adults, or we can take it to the street. I'm 40 years old. I feel like I'm a little too old to go rumbling down the street, but, we can. But I'm not going to sit online and go back and forth and dig into your life and all that online and put it out for the world to see. I'm just going to pay you a visit where me and you will know about it. You know, everybody on YouTube or Twitter, everywhere else don't need to know. This has gotten to be too much for everybody. All of it. It's not fun around here anymore. And of course we can all just turn our apps off, you know, shut our phones off. But what fun would that be, right? Because everybody loves a good shit show. Who can't say they don't? Because we all do, or we wouldn't be here, right? But there comes a time, I think, when it's just too much. And then there's slowly, people start backing away. And that's what happens. And then the views will start going down. All of this stuff will get to be too much for everybody at some point. Everybody will be over it. And subscribers will start backing away, finding other places to go. At some point, it will happen. And then what? Do we just find somebody else, a target, you know, and start doing the same old thing? Is this how it's going to go from now on? We're going to have lawsuits going around and, you know, nonstop real life shit going on all the time? Is that what it's going to be? You know, to keep up your views and your money? Because everybody's made thousands, right? Just like Queen Bee. And these lawsuits, you know, Granny's lawsuit, everybody's lawsuits, you know, is that what this has turned into? And, you know, yeah, you donate to them. And I've done lost calls, whatever. We donate, but we can't see the receipts, even though we donate to them over some time over the years, you know? And we're not supposed to ask. Whatever, it is what it is. Once I give money, it's, you know, it's gone. And I know that. That's how it is. You know, if you donate, you donate. Oh, well. But would it be nice for some people to stick to their word? Yeah. And I'm talking about Queen Bee. They said receipts would be shown. And they weren't. And she has raised thousands upon thousands upon thousands. You know, we've calculated probably well over. I'm going to be honest. I think it's well over, I'd say $300,000 or more that she raised. I may be wrong, you know, but I think that when it comes to an amount like that, some things should be shown. Not just the receipts are the lawyers on the docket. We all know that. We all know that the lawsuit was real. You know, you all went to court. We know this, right? But nothing fake about that. But when it comes to that kind of money, and you have the subs that you do, and the people supporting you that do, you would think that you would show something, you know? But what do I know? So, I don't know. It's all too much, guys. I just don't get it. I don't get it. I don't get certain individuals thinking that all of this is okay. I don't get watching, like I said, mothers, grandparents agreeing with some of the things that are said and done. It's just absolutely amazing to me, the shit that goes on around here nowadays, and it's all fine. But, you know, everybody wants to gripe Brittany J and her lawyer. Well, where's all of Queen Bee's receipts too? Let's see them all, guys. Wouldn't that be the right thing to do? Show it all. Let's lay it all out there, you know? Let's make it fair all around. There was another creator I was going to bring up and mention for a second, but I'm not going to. The little one's getting ready to come around the corner, it looks like, to come back in. Her little friend went across the street home, so she looks like she's going to come through the back any second now. So I'm going to just jump off here, and maybe I'll make another video and I'll make notes. I'm sure this was all just a bunch of rambling for the last 20-some minutes, and I'm going to apologize now if you even make it this far. Anyway, guys, if you did make it this far, give me a like, because who knows, I might start making some videos. And what can I do? What can I say? I don't have members or anything like that, because, you know, I ain't even got 500 subscribers on this channel. But I could say hit the like, and my links are in my bio. My links are in my about me? Is that how you do this YouTube thing? I'll get it figured out if I decide to start making videos. I promise. And I will go on camera more if I do make videos. Anyway, guys, sorry for the ranting. I don't know, just things I want to say out loud. And of course I can't say it in my real life, because people will think I'm absolutely insane for even being around here and watching this stuff. They'll want to lock me away and do a 5150 on my ass, and I'm really not feeling like that needs to happen. So I can't really talk about it in the real world. So I just wanted to let my little bit of rants out on here, I guess, that just all went in a big circle. And back to the same old thing. This place has turned into total chaos, and I just don't get it. Anyway, guys, it's almost Halloween, so happy Halloween for those of you who celebrate Halloween. Take those little ones out, give them some candy, and make sure that you take the good stuff out when they go to bed. Just kidding. And anyway, guys, have a great night. I will see everybody later. Take care, guys. Everybody be safe. And guess what else? It doesn't hurt to be kind. Thanks, guys.